Hey people, I'm back. I'm gonna be talking this video about my experience in public school. Um, so, in the last video we talked about, the blind school. So, I left a blind school in second grade. Well, not in second grade. I left a blind school after second grade year, and we moved to Bethesda, Maryland, where we lived for about 7 or 8 years. And then we moved to Rockville, which the high school part of that gets complicated, and I will make an actual video about high school later. This video is going to be about elementary and middle school. I thought about making a separate video for middle school, but, well, I just don't feel like it. Anyway, so I went into elementary school in third grade. I went to Ashburton Elementary. Very nice school. Very, very expansive school now, because they have like portables and they're redesigning and revamping their whole like system, and not like education system, but like their building and how it looks and what's put where and like this kind of stuff. So in third and fourth grade, well, third, maybe fourth, maybe not. I don't remember. Anyway, so I was in a special education classroom because of like my learning speed and everything. Now, one thing I didn't neglect to mention at the beginning of this video, that I mentioned that I would tell you about in the last video, is so at the blind school, the Braille teacher did not want to move me past the alphabet. So technically, I entered third grade not really knowing how to read. Like, period, at all. I am a very slow, well, not very, but I'm a slow reader. And I think that has a lot to do with the fact that I didn't really learn much other than the alphabet in kindergarten through second grade, and then I really started to learn Braille in third grade and up, using it a lot more in middle school and high school than in elementary school, than in public elementary school. But, so I was in a special needs classroom. They had me have a paraeducator, so basically she read for me, she wrote for me, she made sure that things were accessible in ways that were like that would work for me. They also got me a orientation and mobility instructor who did a lot more with me in fourth grade and subsequent years after that on crossing the street and learning, like doing like tactile maps and things like that. I got a lot better at tactile map reading in high school. Sadly, my almost last year of high school is when I actually started perfecting it. But anyway, so yeah, you know, it was a good time in elementary school. I remember in third grade or in fourth, I don't remember which, but I was in a special education class with his teacher who all I did all period was read this book and like kind of answer questions about it. And I guess that's when I started realizing I don't like repetitive activities. Also in that class, there were a lot of people with disabilities who were in special education classes. And I don't have any really funny stories about public elementary school except for the fact that I was kind of vicious to one of my nurses. I would throw a water bottle at her. I don't know why, but I did. I remember I slammed the door to my resource room one time. And so yeah, that was me in 4th grade, I think. But 5th grade, I really liked 5th grade because I was on the patrol team, so made sure that people were safe. But they had a hard time figuring out where I should go because I didn't patrol the hallways because I was on the bus. I couldn't really be a very good bus patrol because I was on a special needs bus. I was on a special needs bus my whole years of elementary school. So they didn't know where to put me. So I ended up being a patrol on my special needs bus, which was kind of bad because I remember this one time. So the one thing they teach you in patrolling is if there's a kid that is, like misbehaving, you need to report them. Now, this kid was always misbehaving. Well, most of the time he was always misbehaving, standing up on the bus and, yelling and screaming and everything else like that. I also honestly think he was autistic. But he stood up on the bus and he was told to sit down. And unfortunately, I did have to report him, and I felt so bad about it because he was a special needs kid who couldn't help it. But after that, I started rewarding him with keychains and everything. I remember 4th grade. I know these videos jump around so much, but I remember in 4th grade. So in 4th grade, I what happened in 4th grade? A couple of things happened in 4th grade. I had to clean my desk with shaving cream, which I had somebody else do it for me because I told them I wasn't going to touch that. In 4th grade, I had a teacher tell me that I should go out to recess, even though I told her I didn't want to. I think because it was too hot or something. And also at that time was when I didn't really ride the bus that much because of my health. I took like cabs and stuff like that. But so there was something. Oh, 4th grade. Okay. So I was so mad at my mom because the first year of 4th grade, I had to take an extended leave of absence because I had gotten really sick. And I had a tutor come to my house, and that time I had summer school and everything, but my mom and my tutor were like, yeah, I think it's a good idea that she goes to 4th grade again. Now, also, my tutor was my was my third grade classroom teacher. She's a very, 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 very nice woman. Love that woman. Really do wish I could see her again. But I really, really, really was so mad at my mom because they held me back a year. I mean, I was struggling, but still, they held me back a year. So I didn't graduate school. Like, I graduated a year late because I did 4th grade again. And, it was not the best. But it was okay. And then 5th grade. And then there was 5th grade graduation. And then middle school. Now, middle school was a very, very interesting time in my life. Because, that is when I started realizing that teachers are really not going to accommodate for you if you don't speak up for your needs, wants, and requirements. So 6th grade was awesome. I had a science teacher. I love my 6th grade science teacher. I love my 7th grade science teacher as well. She was really nice. It was an intro to bio class. Love it. We got to dissect a plastic frog, and I got introduced to the periodic table of elements, which I didn't really know how to actually read a periodic table of elements until 3rd year of high school, which I'll explain later. But got to know that there was something called the periodic table of elements in Braille for the first time. I had a chorus teacher. My 7th grade chorus teacher. I love him and I dislike him at the very same time. He was the first teacher I had ever seen that knew how to actually run. He would run from one end of the classroom to the other to turn the light off, and it was hilarious. I think his wife would also call him in the middle of class and he'd answer, I think. But, so, he is so a perfectionist, because, so, he's a perfectionist because if we didn't get one note right, he'd be like, alright, start over, and we'd repeat this whole song over like 3 times, and I'm just like, just, can this be over already? But I really did like the class. I don't actually think I did very well in it, but anyway. I remember we had to do like solo singing performances and everything else, and 7th grade was also a really bad year for me because, so, one thing I forgot to mention is, I think it was 4th or 5th grade, I had this classmate who was a really bad person because she would always, like, I'd go up to the board because they had, like, meal, you had to, like, put your name on what meal you were gonna get for the day, like if you had brought lunch or you were gonna buy, like, pizza or whatever. So every time I would walk up, I'd run into her and she'd be like, watch where you're going. So 7th grade, how this started, I didn't get severely bullied in middle school because my mom kind of didn't allow that to happen because I kind of told her about it. But so it started, we were sitting down and they started like playing with my sandals. And I told them to stop. And then I think one of them took my sandals off. Took one of my sandals off and told me to eat it. And then the girl who's been my bully since elementary school, she was sitting next to me and she was fanning herself with a music sheet. And I told her, I said, stop, because I'm, cold. And she's like, she wouldn't stop, so I tried to grab the paper from her. And she didn't snatch it away from me, but she, moved it away from me, and she's like, I'm not going to give you that because you can't read it. And I remember telling my mom, and my mom basically told the vice principal, and the teacher got notified, and everything else like that. And, that was 7th grade for me. Not to mention, I think it was 6th or 7th grade, I had to run something up to the 8th grade wing, got lost, and, well, yeah, that happened. But, I'll save this to the end, but, actually, no, I won't. All my years of school, up until, 8th grade, all my teachers were like, she can stay in high school until she's 21. It's okay, let her take her time, because they thought I was slow and couldn't really do much. And my vision teacher in 7th grade actually wanted to send me back to Maryland School for the Blind. Said that she didn't think I had a place in the public school system. My mom pushed for me to stay in the public school system. And yeah, and so, okay, so that was 7th grade. So 8th grade, actually, one thing I should also mention that I mentioned a little earlier, but I had resource periods, so I had three times a day where I would meet with my, well, in middle school, it was where I would take tests, but as I grew up into high school, it was a time where I would go in and finish homework and with my Braille instructor and everything. But so in 8th grade is when everything got real, because that's when depression hit. 8th grade is when everything got real, so I cry a lot, daily. It was bad. And it was also when my English teacher would always forget to give me the assignments for that day, a week ahead. So we would always, I'm sorry, that was 7th grade, not 8th grade. Anyway, in 7th grade, we would always get my materials for class, a week after they already had happened. So yeah, that happened. But 8th grade, it would take me a whole entire resource period just to, write a paragraph. It was bad. That was the year that I thought I had ADHD, but apparently it was, part of my depression and everything. So, yeah, I pushed through that year, and, so that was middle school. I will be putting up high school later. And through like elementary school and all of middle school and part of high school, which I'll explain in the next video, we were living in Bethesda. So yeah. Alright guys, I gotta go for now, but I will talk to you guys later. And like I said, if you have any questions, please do ask. I'm not going to, bite. I don't bite, promise. Alright guys, enjoy. Bye.